Hello everyone, welcome to Ka Homeopathy Study Group webinars that provides continuing educational credits. It is to provide excellence in educational purpose of holistic approach with professional homeopathic webinars as well as in wellness, homeopathy, yoga, reiki, meditation and much more we do. We value and treasure human collective as our honorable peers. We bring world-renowned homeopaths to our webinars. This is Kavita Kokunur from Michigan, USA, President and CEO of Kavita Holistic Approach. I am board certified homeopath and outreach coordinator of CHC PR committee. I am member of Kevin Friendly Foundation, a non-profit organization that helps to serve poor people in greater needs in India. Today, June 4th, 2020, topic of our webinar is Tarantula, a hysterical remedy. Last week, I spoke to my dearest friend in India. She reminded me the incident of her grandmother who has feeling sickness with diabetes mellitus, where I have given her Tarantula hispanica and it treated her state of mind as well as her condition. Another case where Tarantula cubensis in high potency helped to reduce the severe pains in 65-year-old female suffering from stage 4 cancer. Today, we have very enthusiastic young dynamic speaker, Dr. Yashika Arora, DHMS MD scholar in homeopathy. She is also managing head and content developer of Homeopathy 360. She completed Homeopathic Icon Award by Delhi Homeopathic Federation in April 2019. Chikitsa Seva Ratna Award by Bharatiya Homeopathic Panel in July 2019 at Gandhi Research Foundation, Delhi. She is winner of essay competition by HMAI on Relevance of Organon in Homeopathy Practice, March 2019. And she has a lot more to say. It was very nice to meet her in January 2020 at HPWWC conference at New Delhi. And we will have a wonderful educational webinar carefully prepared for you. Please send your questions in the chat and they will be answered after Dr. Yashika's presentation. This webinar is moderated by Ka Homeopathy Study Group team, Dr. Sweta, Dr. Deepak Sharma, Professor Regina Rianelli, and Dr. Nikhil Kambli. This webinar is for educational purposes and it will be recorded as we speak. In order to receive continuing educational certificate, you need to fill the jot form which is going to be provided in the chat. Also, there is a psychometric CHC job analysis to improve the CHC exam development. To get 1 CHC continuing education credit and NASH credit, there will be a survey provided in the chat. Kindly mute your microphone and turn off your video and you will be instructed when to turn on. Thank you for your attention and let us welcome Dr. Yashika to our webinar. Yes, Dr. Yashika. Unmute yourself, please. Yes.
Thank you so much, ma'am, and thank you, Ka Study Group, for giving me the opportunity, to the whole team of Kavita Holistic Approach, for giving me such a wonderful opportunity to present my views as well as share my knowledge with the audience. I am very thankful to Dr. Kavita ma'am, Shweta ma'am, Deepak sir, and Professor Regina ma'am for giving me this opportunity, and Nikhil sir as well. So thank you, ma'am, and for such a wonderful introduction as well. But seriously, I would say she's such a humble and so sweet person I've met in this year of 2020, where we are facing so many problems. But yes, she has been I have shared a very good sweet memory with her in January 2020. So thank you so much, ma'am, for giving me the opportunity. Without wasting any more time, I would like to start with the presentation. So
Yes. And go to the slide view, please. Beautiful.
Yeah. So today's topic, I'll be discussing on tarantula. That's a very hysterical remedy. It's known by his hysteria. the Tarantula cubensis and Tarantula hispanica. So I'll be discussing on the Tarantula hispanica as well as cubensis, as well as the spider group. So this is a remedy from the spider group. It belongs to the class Arachnida and the subspecies Arachnidae. Well, talking about spiders, they are solitary creatures. They live alone, and as soon as they are born, the mother lays their eggs, and she dies before the egg hatches out. So, according to this feature of spiders, the remedy which is being prepared from spider group, they are free spirits, and they are actually very much deep acting in nature. So this is one of the most important feature of spider group remedy. So we have an introduction to the spider group, as well as spider how is the remedy picture related to the mythology. So I have noted an example from one of the authentic source books. There was a Lydian girl, Arachne, who was very much skilled at weaving clothes. But then once in arrogance, because of her overconfidence and arrogant behavior, she once challenged goddess Athena and mocked at the gods, as she was very much overconfident on her designs of woven cloth. So what happened that time was gods were very angry, and they turned that girl into a spider, so she could weave to her heart's content, so that she can weave as per whatever she wants, till whatever she wants. So because of that species, that Lydian girl, this name came to the family of spiders, and the spider species were being termed as arachnid because of this myth. So according to this Greek mythology, if we relate it to the doctrine of signature of spider remedies, so the remedy picture of spider remedies mostly come around. They are very much industrious. They are workaholic people when talking about spider group. And the women of spider group what you'll find is they are exceptionally good at knitting. They are exceptionally good at weaving clothes. They may be into the business of tailoring or something related to crafts. So they are very good at knitting. When we talk about men of tarantula or spider group, so they usually pursue climbing because of this feature, because of this this mythological background. And you can also relate this to the revengeful nature of spiders. We'll be studying that they are so cunning, and in their how they evolve, how the spider group and tarantula remedy revolves around. So because of this, they are very boastful in nature, revengeful in nature. So yes, this is the background, how the spider originated, and how the remedy picture is related to the mythological background. So when we talk about this doctrine of signature and spiders, as to spider remedies, all the spider remedies are very restless in nature, and they are continuously, they have a feature, they have a symptom of constant motion. Plus, they are very much cunning and deceptive. Spiders usually, whenever they are towards their prey, whenever spider go for capturing its prey, so he does it in a very cunning, in a very deceptive, in a very cunning way. So because creating such a web around their prey that similarly the person who belongs to the spider group, he has a very cunning and a very deceptive nature. Plus they are violent at the same time. When you see, whenever you notice, whenever a spider bites or a spider poison comes, bites a human, so it has a very violent action on the human being. So that is why that the nature is revealed in the remedy as well. It is violent in nature. The people are violent in nature. Plus there is one more one more feature that relates to this violence behavior is whenever they are mating, the female and male partner of a male spider are mating together. So what the female spider does is, after mating, she will kill her mating partner. She's so much violent that if she doesn't get the required space to lay the eggs or to live in, so she even kills that mating partner. So that is the violent nature of that of the spider remedies. Plus, they have a desire to dance, which is a very common feature and a very keynote feature, which of maximum spider remedies. They have a desire to dance, which emolerates them. So we have male spider is also known to dance during the mating season in order to attract the female spiders towards himself. So yes, this is how it is related, and the theme revolves around the around all these features. Because of these features, because of this background and this doctrine of signature, the theme revolves around the jealousy features, which is a very good feature of animal remedies, maximum animal remedies. They are revengeful, they have a changeable behavior, they are very much possessive, sensitive to noise, dancing emulation. They have extreme restlessness, and they are so cunning that they build on traps, and they are so much intelligent, plus they have a manipulative relationship. So the whole remedy, the whole spider group revolves around these features. When you talk about spider group, they have a periodicity as well. The complaints reoccur at periodic intervals. So yes, one must remember that these features, when you're talking about spider group, we'll be discussing how the spider group revolves around. They are usually this is the chart I've taken from group study book of Dr. J.D. Patil. So this clearly shows how the remedy relates. It belongs to the nervous people who are hysteric, who are courageous, who are violent, who are cunning, who are destructive, excited, restless, insane, mischievous. These features one needs to remember while dealing with the case of tarantula. Plus, they have a very irritable temperament, nervous temperament, hysterical. They feign off. They are so restless that in order to seek attention, they feign that they have this complaint. This.
And tell me, Ashika, can you do this one? You are not able to.
I can share. I will share. Yes, I can share now, ma'am.
Yeah, please. Sorry for the inconvenience.
You continue. I'm so sorry for the inconvenience. So sorry. I don't know how it it lost. So we're studying now tarantula. This is the remedy which we'll be studying today. So we have tarantula capensis from the tarantula book, and it was proved by Nunes. It is actually derived from the word tarantella, which is a dance named from the city of Tarentum. So you must remember.
Can you mute everyone? Please mute. Please, everyone.
I think, ma'am, Dr. Regina or somebody else, please share the screen. There is some issue with the screen sharing only.
Okay, I will go ahead.
Doing.
So tarantula is actually derived from the word tarantella, and tarantism is this as a type of a dancing mania, wherein the persons usually who are bitten by tarantula spider or tarantula poison, who have got induced tarantula poison, so they happen with the dancing mania. In those, and they who imagine themselves that they are bitten by tarantula, they appear to dance like a maniac, and this is being cured by music as well as dance. So if you see a patient who is dancing up and down and he is having laughter and then he suddenly screams out, he cries out, so it may be tarantula. It is being said by Dr. Phatak. This sentence is being quoted by Dr. Phatak that if you see a patient who is dancing up and down and he has a nervous laughter and then suddenly he starts screaming, think of tarantula. So yes, tarantula is an intelligent spider, like an intelligent spider who is digging up the vertical hole in the ground, and when he's tempting the prey to attract to himself. So according to this feature of spiders, tarantula is
Dr.
extremely
Yashika?
intelligent person. And yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Screen is not
Screen sharing is again stopped. Now is it visible?
Yes, it is visible, Yashika. It is visible now. We can see it. Now it's
Shweta
gone.
ma'am, you also have the presentation, no?
Please
You
proceed.
have the presentation, Shweta ma'am.
Now it is stopped, Yashika.
It's with Dr. Kavita.
Ma'am, you have the presentation, no, Shweta ma'am?
To share.
Hello?
Yes. Okay. So I will try to share the screen.
Yeah, ma'am, just share the 10th slide. 10th slide.
Yes, that's right.
So when you talk about tarantula, they are usually very much intelligent. They are very cunning, and they attack their prey violently. According to that feature, they have violent movements like twitching, jerking. They complain of epilepsy. They are very much dramatic remedies. They are one of the dramatic remedies. When you talk about dramatism, so this
Ma'am,
feature
10th
comes.
slide.
This feature comes that he's like faint. The patient, when if you see patients having hysteria, like Dr. Kavita was also discussing in this beginning of this lecture, that if a
Just hold on,
patient is,
Yashika. Ma'am is not able to. Ma'am, नीचे ना slide show है. Just go down.
10th ma'am, 10th number.
Ma'am, and slide show, please. Slide show near. Yes, ma'am. That only, ma'am. Which you were doing. Yes, ma'am. Done.
Yeah.
Now you can continue.
So thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you. If you see a patient of epilepsy or a patient of complaining of twitching or feigning of, like he's having pain in head, he's having pain here and there, so you can think of tarantula because it's one of the most dramatic remedies. And usually the patient imagines and have different types of sensations, which we'll be discussing further. And he also imagines that he or she is being insulted, and he's full of excitement, always singing, dancing, or weeping, changeable moods from one mood to another. Like we also get this in crocus, we also get this in ignatia. So such nature is of tarantula. And in fact, they feign like they have seen monsters, they have seen animals, ghosts, strangers in the room. So this is how the medicine revolves, tarantula medicine revolves around. Next slide, please, ma'am. So when you talk about tarantula, whenever tarantula bites, so the poisoning which leads to which features are as follows. Like the patient's bitten part would be swollen, it would be discolored, the lymphatic glands would be enlarged, they may complain of a neck swelling which is very much dark red or purplish in color. They may have choking or epistaxis, cerebral congestion. Whenever a tarantula bites, such a presentation you can see in the patient. So they may have difficulty in swallowing, which may also lead to paralytic or paralysis, or they have a origin of paralysis. So yes, these are the features which you see in the tarantula, which we will be relating in the remedy, how they occur in the remedy. So next we have Tarantula hispanica. So tarantula, how it acts. The ailments of tarantula may occur. Causation is bad news, unrequited love, disappointed love, one-sided love, or a history of fall, or a history of scolding, a history of insult, or a history of punishment. Whenever you see such incidents in a patient, so yes, you can think of tarantula. And sepsis also, if any patient has a history of sepsis or septic shock or any of the other features, especially the tarantula cubensis, we'll be studying. So that remedy is, if you feel that this is the cause, so yes, you can think of tarantula. Next slide, please. Their constitution revolves around the hurriedness nature. They are very much hurried people, like we have firstly seen in the spider group as well, because they are compelled to move about constantly. You may see people who have put earphones in their ears, and they just keep on moving moving their legs, or moving their body, or just dancing, or maybe in their own world. So in those people, you can think of tarantula. Plus, if you talk about mind of tarantula, they are very cunning. They are great manipulators. You may have seen people who are very much who lied so much, who are very deceptive. They cheat people. So you may have seen people who have power to persuade others, power to convince others, and for their benefit, what people do is they influence others and they manipulate others. They lie, they cheat them. Such people are of tarantula background. You can think of tarantula to give to such people, because they are so cunning. They know how to get their things done. They know how to get things done they want. Plus, they are very much industrious. They are very much intelligent. They are highly productive in their work. Whenever you see patients who are very much successful in life, they are very highly productive. They are doing so much good in their life. Plus, they have a cunning nature. They are manipulators. They are good. They have a good power to persuade, to convince others. So yes, you can think of tarantula. They have a changeable tendency from one happiness to melancholy. They may become sad once at once. They may become at once happy, like in Ignatia, crocus. They may be calm, and then suddenly they may become violent, like not extremely violent like belladonna, but yes, from gentle behavior to the violent behavior. They have a hysterical temperament. Plus, they have a tendency to chorea, to epilepsy, scent, vitus, dance. So many features. At the same time, they are very aggressive, destructive, like the spiders. The violent nature of spiders. We studied how the female kills her male partner, in fact, if she doesn't get space to live in or lay eggs. So yes, that destructiveness, that aggressiveness is seen in the patient of tarantula. When you talk about mind, the mind can be related to hysteria mainly. You must note that patients complaining of hysteria, tarantula comes out to be one of the most common remedies which is being used for hysteria. Foxiness is again cunningness. What you'll see is whenever the patient will be normal, he'll be fine. He won't do anything. But when she feels that people are observing her, or whenever he feels that people are looking at her, so what she or he does is they feign झूठा sickness दिखाएंगे, अपना दिखावा करेंगे. Yes, they are sick, they have pain in head, they have pain in legs, they have pain here, they have pain there. They try to manipulate people to make whenever they're observing them. Once you stop observing them, they'll become normal. They'll be very good. So that is what is the feature of tarantula. They are very cunning, though they'll be shy. in front of people. They'll be very timid when there will be people around, but actually they are very cunning. One must remember cunningness of tarantula, and all their complaints are being relieved by music, which we studied in the first slide as well, that Dr. Phatak has even said that if you see people dancing or see people listening to music, and then the cure is always by music and dancing. So yes, you can think of tarantula for the same. They express their rhythm through their dance. Whenever they are putting the earphones in their ears and they are dancing, and they express that rhythm through their dance. So yes, they are very energetic people. Like this is an example which is being quoted in a source book, that is spot the tarantula woman. When you go to a nightclub, you may say a woman who is dancing on the speakers, and they have no life. They think about nothing, and they are like only rhythm, only listening to listening to the song, and they're just dancing madly. They have a dancing mania. So you must think of tarantula for such women who are in the nightclub and dancing like a mad person, only listening to the rhythm. So yes, one can think of tarantula. Plus, at the same time, they have a clairvoyance feature, which is a feature of maximum animal group remedies. But when you talk about spider remedies, when you talk about tarantula, that clairvoyance is not actually the vision that they may see that this bad would happen, this wrong would happen. They only have a gut feeling. Yes, this can happen. They have a gut feeling that something is wrong is going to happen. And plus, they at the same time they have a great fear, especially of death. Next slide. Especially of death. They have a fear of death. When you talk about characteristic symptoms, these symptoms, you must note that spider group, usually mostly tarantula, have burning thirst for large quantities of water. They have, at the same time, they have scanty urine, which is voided with difficulty. They'll have a burning thirst, but at the same time, they have a feature of scanty urination. Plus, they may complain of dark and fetid stools as well. Also a characteristic symptom is of spinal irritation, which again indicates towards chorea. And they have excitability. They are very much restless. They are easily excitable. They are easily irritable. They are prone to any excitement news. Plus, their hands are in constant motion. This is also a feature of overexcitability. So yes, such features must be noted of tarantula. You must remember that when there are no observers, which we discussed before in the previous slide as well, that if there are no observers, there will be no hysteria. When people will observe them, they'll behave as if they have something or the other problem. They'll faint. Attention leads to twitching. Attention leads to pain. Attention leads to any of the symptoms that they are faking off. So one must remember that these are the features which you can think of when you see such. For example, you see a lively patient who is given attention, he starts complaining. Whenever the attention is gone, he is fine. Also, they'll have a good feature, which is a marked feature, a keynote feature, that is last fourth number of the playing of a lively piece of music will easily excite her. This is actually the excitability of tarantula. And she or he will act like one is crazy whenever soft music or a small music is even listened or it come into his or her ears. They'll act like crazy people. So yes, you can think of tarantula at that moment. Next slide, please. The leading indications, again, this is the leading indication. Whenever you see a chilly patient, whenever you see cases which come to you for restlessness, extreme restlessness at mental level, at physical level, the patient is having chorea, epilepsy, such child who is complaining of involuntary movements. There is constant motion of different parts of the body. The movement only stops when the person is asleep. When he's sleeping, then only the movement stops. Otherwise it doesn't stop. So such people you can think of tarantula. They have hyperesthesia. Anything touching them that would react more than required, like they'll be hyper towards it. Plus they may even lead to chorea, that may even lead to epileptic attack. So yes, they at the sexual sphere also they have a nymphomania. They have a extreme they are excitable, easily excitable. They have a nymphomania, increased sexual desire, which leads to us even to a state of mania. So yes, this is again all this relates to restlessness. All this relates to hyperactiveness. All these features relates to the hysterical nature of the tarantula remedy. Next slide, please. At the same time, like we study another other remedies in relation to concomitants and other features. So this remedy also, tarantula also have a feature of concomitants. They usually have the following concomitants. Like they may complain of neuralgia. Supposingly you have a patient of neuralgia, and he is having neuralgia of maxillary nerve that is being accompanied by irritation in the stomach. That may be a concomitant feature which you may find in patients. Then you can think of tarantula. Again, one more feature, they may have a pain in ear which may be associated with hiccups. They may have a pain in ear along with hiccups. They may have heat of face plus heat of palms. They may feel hotness over face as well as hotness over palms. They may also have faint feeling in stomach along with headache. So this is very common complaint which comes to the clinic: faint feeling in stomach, pain in stomach with frontal headache. So yes, you can think of tarantula. Plus desire is always excited in both the sexes. Coitus only aggravates the sufferings of the both, whether it's a male, whether it's a female. The intercourse will always aggravate the complaints of the tarantula patient. Next slide, please. So we have now the hysterical nature of tarantula. Finally, we will be studying how the hysteria occurs, what all sensations the patient of tarantula may tell you. I've listed those sensations as well. The restlessness, again, it is a common feature which you must remember, which may even lead to twitching, jerking, dancing. Such movements you may see in a tarantula patient. The mental symptoms are usually connected to sexual disorders as well. When you talk about tarantula, like patient may be having a history of, you may say, a history of insult, or a history of scolding, or a history of fall. Such patients who are or any incident whatever they have occurred, and plus they are complaining of sexual disorders, which is again towards the hysteria. They're feigning. That's not true. They just fake off. So yes, you can think of tarantula at that moment. The least excitement irritates them. At least whenever they are excited, only a little excitement is being given to them, they become highly irritable. They may have the excitability of nerve endings. The tips of fingers are also sensitive. They feel sore, bruised feeling all over the body, like in arnica as well. So you can think of tarantula in such cases whenever the patient is extremely sensitive mentally as well as physically. Fingers may be sensitive, tips may be sensitive, and slightest touch may make them excitable. They may produce hysteria, at least excitement. So you can think of tarantula in such cases. Next slide. The peculiar sensation when a patient is complaining of hysteria in a tarantula patient. So he may complain that the head were knocked. He may say कि head is being knocked in the morning. He is being knocked like this in the morning. He may feel so. Or he may also say that he's a sensation as if thousands of needles were pricking into the brain. They were pricking one by
Your
one by
sound, my
one.
sound, the picking in my head.
Were pricking into the brain. They may also complain of their occiput were being struck by hammer. This sensation may also be seen in tarantula patient, or is as if there is a hair in her eye, or as if the lower teeth is going to fall out, is going to come out. Such sensation one may note of tarantula. They have a body which is fully which has a bruised feeling, as if the living body, there is some living body in the stomach which is coming towards the throat. Globus hystericus is you can say in such cases when you talk about diagnosis, globus hystericus, tarantula is a very good remedy. Living body is there in the stomach, like in veratrum album, you may feel that the patient is there. They may also tell that they have a painful easiness in coccyx region, back. Plus, they may say that there is some motion of in the uterus, as if there is fetus inside. There is something moving in the uterine region, in the lower abdominal region. The female may complain. They may also complain that there is something crawling up in the legs under the skin, like the formication feeling is there in Rustocks. That is of the whole body during chickenpox or vesicular eruptions. Similarly, in tarantula, when you see the previous slide, ma'am, previous slide. Thank you. So as they may feel there is something crawling up over the legs, up to the uterine region, up to the lower abdomen region. They may feel there is needle sticking into the muscle of the neck when touched. They may have numbness, tickling, burning, scorching, many sorts of sensation the tarantula patient may present you with. Next slide, please. These features are seen at the sexual sphere as well. When you talk about males or females, they are so excited, easily excitable. They have excitable nature. That one of the examples were being quoted in a book, in a source book, that woman was so much excited when playing or dancing with his with the man, that she hugged him before everybody and was angry when reproved. When the male person rejected her, or he just threw her away, she again did it. So that much sexual desire is there in the tarantula patient. At the same time, it is a very good remedy for uterine and vaginal complaints, like they have cuttings, contraction, or swelling or indurations. This is a very good remedy for uterine cancer as well, where there is expulsion of gas from uterus. There are pains in the uterine region, again associated with restlessness as well as hysteria. So you can think of it. One more feature which is very good, important, that during her menses is she has a desire to take things which do not belong to her. The tarantula playing on the volume produced no effect on her, but as soon as she took her in her arms, she began to cry until it was taken away. So you must remember that the hysteria and these excitement nature during menstrual periods, or during any sorts of uterine complaints, tarantula acts very good. Next slide, please. Yes, this is a clinical tip which is being given in the source book as well. I think this is being taken from Clark. I've taken it from Clark. That it has such a good action on uterus and ovaries. When there is uterine enlargement, the tarantula acts as a palliative remedy. Whenever there is uterine enlargement, or there is pain in the uterine region along with the severe headache, again concomitant feature here. So you can think of such features whenever you have a patient of uterine enlargement. You can think of tarantula. Again, longing for sleep is there, but the person is so nervous, so excitable, so highly excitable that she is unable to sleep. So this is one of the clinical tip which is being provided in Clark Materia Medica. Next slide, please. We have general symptoms as well. Tarantula patients have desire for fruits, sour things, cold drinks. At the same time they have aversion to colors. If you see a child, if you see a patient who has aversion to colors, they cannot look at green, black, red color. So yes, you can think of tarantula. It's a keynote feature, and there is extremely burning thirst in tarantula with the lack of appetite at the same time, which may even lead to anorexia in extreme cases. Next slide. We have particular symptoms. This can be discussed as main important particular symptom is Saint-Vitus dance, which is being cured. This chorea can only be cured and better by music. The most common and most keynote symptom is the patient becomes better by music. So this is a marked feature which you must remember. Next slide, please, ma'am. Again, you have this feature of restlessness coming, plus this stool occur immediately as soon as the head is washed. If you get a common complaint, an acute complaint, wherein you think this is given in the repertory, that whenever a person washes his head, the stool occurs, leads to diarrhea or stools. So yes, one can think of tarantula. Again, wetting of hands. This whole remedy has a aggravation after wetting hands, which leads to symptoms. Present symptoms whenever the patient wets her hands, it leads to occurring of symptoms, whether in the form of chorea or whatever complaints they are feigning of. So these things can be related. Plus the restlessness is to be related with arsenic, which is very important. Tarantula's restlessness is so extreme that it can be related to arsenic, which is again which is a deep acting medicine. So you must think ki tarantula, which is a deep acting medicine like arsenic, it sometimes has cured whenever arsenic has failed. In restlessness cases, which is a trio of restlessness, which remedy is in the trio of restlessness, when arsenic fails, tarantula may relieve. So this is a very good clinical tip which you must remember, that in extreme restlessness, if arsenic is not acting, one may think of tarantula. These are the modalities which you can relate with tarantula. Is the aggravation is again periodic in nature. There is aggravation after touch, noise, damp weather, evening, after menses, again after coitus, which we already studied, after wetting hands in cold water. This is a red line symptom, wetting hands in cold water. And amelioration is by pressure, rubbing, rhythmic music, open air, or warm water. This is a remedy. Tarantula antidotes lachesis, and it is a very similar remedy to lachesis as well in many of the features. But yes, it is not towards, it is lachesis is more towards the hemorrhagic diathesis, and when compared to tarantula. And it's complementary to arsenic album, which can be related with the restlessness, that if the arsenic album is not acting in cases of restlessness, so you can think of tarantula. What our stalwarts have mentioned is now we'll study. Dr. Farrington has mentioned when there are no observers, there is no hysteria, which we studied before also. When attention is directed towards the patient, she begins to twitch, she begins to become nervous, any of the complaints she may complain of. And the cunning attempts to feign paroxysms. they'll do wild dancing, they'll be wild, having they'll present with wild hysteria. Such cunningness they have whenever people attend them, whenever people pay attention to them. Chorea is usually marked towards the right side of Tarantula hispanica. Do remember Tarantula hispanica we are studying? So chorea of Tarantula hispanica is mostly marked on the right side. They are aggravated by noise, touch, and ameliorated by rubbing head against the pillow. They have constricted headache along with the pain in the uterus, again a concomitant feature which we have studied before also, that uterine pains may be associated with the headache. Next slide. When you talk about case quoted by Dr. Farrington, he has quoted a case of typhoid which was in a child which was cured by tarantula. The child rolled his head and usually used to bite the nightgown. So he was given Apis, he was given Agnes, but he improved, the child improved. But then when the child was not cured at last, when tarantula was given to the patient, he slightly showed aggravation, that is again homeopathic aggravation, but after that rapidly improved. So this was a wonderful case of tarantula quoted by Dr. Farrington. Another case wherein it's being mentioned that a girl was being bitten by tarantula spider. Where, at first she was very much uneasy. She had breathlessness, complained of suffocation, vomiting, and was so much agitated, was so much angry that she had convulsions. She was so much frustrated. So at the same moment, the music was being played. If the music was being played, the limbs started to move. Her limbs started to move. She started producing sweat, followed by sleep and complete recovery. So that girl was a tarantula patient, and she was cured by tarantula. Again, one more case was being quoted in Clark Materia Medica, that Franz Mustel, he was bitten by tarantula on the left hand when he was in the field gathering corn. So then he went home and with his friends, but on the way he had a apoplectic attack. So yes, there was apoplexy, which was followed by again breathlessness. His face, his hands became dark, and the people went to they had no other option. They just went to musicians, and the patient, when he heard playing whatever instruments were being played, the patient improved, began moving his feet, hands. So yes, this is a marked feature. Again, this is a case quoted in Clark Materia Medica, that every year, if there is periodicity, or every other hour, every 2 hours, patient is presenting with symptoms, there is periodicity, there is relief by music, then the patient must be given tarantula, which will obviously cure the patient. Dr. Boger has also cured a case of irritative cough with tarantula 30. How? See, the patient was having a sore feeling all over the body, throat was again dry, there was cough which was aggravated while lying down at night, and usually in the morning as soon as the patient used to rise. There was dryness in the chest as well, with so much tearing pain. The patient was having phlegm, expectoration in the chest. There was pressure in the chest. He was breathlessness. He had breathlessness, and there was amelioration from smoking. So when Dr. Boger gave him 3 doses of Tarantula 30, the patient was cured of diphtheria. The tonsillitis also became better, and all these symptoms were being covered by Tarantula, and this cured the patient. So yes, you can think of cases in irritative cough also when you talk about Tarantula. Dr. Majumdar, what he has to say is, He also cured a girl of 18 years who was again having a pain. She was feigning. She had a epilepsy. She was suffering from epilepsy, but that was hysteroepilepsy. Again, hysteria was there. So she used to complain of oppression of chest, suffocating sensation, jerking movements, delayed menses, sleepiness. So she was diagnosed with hysteroepilepsy. She was prescribed Ignatia, but nothing relieved. Ignatia didn't relieve. She was given Tarantula in high potency, and that completely restored her in a few minutes. Then we have another case which is of hyperesthesia of fingers. Again, the sensitivity, increased sensitivity of this remedy must be remembered, which is seen in the cases of case of a lady of 33 years who could not dress herself without gloves. When she used to wear gloves, then only she could wear the dress or wear herself. So the thing is ki, what happened was the irritation used to cause a sensation in the teeth, as if set on edge by a strong acid, as if there was a strong acid on her teeth. So she used to have complain of pain in the fingers. Plus there was no feeling of pain. Actually, there was hyperesthesia. There was feeling of pain in the fingers, in the tips of the fingers. She was given Tarantula. When asaram, gelsemium, sulfuric acid, all remedies failed, that hyperesthesia was relieved by Tarantula. Next slide. Now we have Tarantula cubensis, which is almost one of very similar remedy to Tarantula, but yes, it can be differentiated with Tarantula hispanica with the number of hairs, as Tarantula cubensis is covered with more hairs than the Tarantula hispanica, which is being quoted by Master Herring. Dr. Herring has quoted that Tarantula cubensis has more number of hairs compared to Tarantula hispanica. Plus, they are differentiated from Tarantula hispanica due to their pyogenic effect on the body. Why pyogenic effect? Because Tarantula cubensis is being prepared from the decomposed specimen. So one must note that it has a pyogenic effect on the body. That is, it is a very useful remedy in cases of sepsis or any sort of phelons or abscesses, extreme cases, like we have studied a remedy anthracinum as well. So such patients which require anthracinum, they can also be in the such cases you can also think of Tarantula cubensis. It's a very good remedy. Next slide, please. The leading indications, again, they have a hemotoxic nature, so they are usually useful in such cases: anthrax, abscess, carbuncles, phelons, like anthracinum. So you can think of Tarantula cubensis. Plus, it is a very good remedy for the death pains when the patient is struggling with his life and death at the last moment. So one can think of Tarantula to soothe the patient, to make him relief during his last few hours or last few days of his life when he's suffering from pain. Plus, there is marked periodicity again in this feature, which is a common feature of all spider group remedies, that you will notice a marked periodicity in the spider group remedies. Plus, you can think of you can relate it to a septic condition. This remedy can be very much easily related to a septic condition, wherein patients usually have burning pains, stinging pains. They have atrocious that is extreme burning is there, which is usually aggravated at night. That patient is so much in pain that he'll get up and walk about just to relieve himself. Again, sepsis can be related, that they have the affected parts have a purplish bluish purple hue, of affective parts is there. There may be phthisis. The cases, it can also be seen beneficial in cases of phthisis, especially of genitals, around the genitals. So one can think of Tarantula cubensis in septic conditions, in diphtheria. Plus, now comes the chorea. Again, chorea, we studied that Tarantula hispanica was very much beneficial on all sorts of chorea, but yes, it was mostly prone towards the right-sided chorea. But compared to Tarantula cubensis, it is more towards the left-sided chorea. For it is more beneficial. It acts more in left-sided chorea, in left-sided convulsion, in left-sided epilepsy. So you must note this. Plus, it is a very, very, very wonderful remedy which is being useful in cases of gangrene, in cases of abscess, in cases of carbuncle, in cases of any septic condition wherein you think of pyrogen, wherein you think of anthracinum. So one can think of Tarantula as well. In fact, breast cancer, when there is serious cancer of breast, there are senile ulcers, wherein the pain and inflammation is so much that is predominant. So in such cases, you can think of Tarantula cubensis. The characteristic symptoms, again, you may note that the keynote symptom of this remedy is atrocious pains, atrocious burning pains. The carbuncle, which is even to slowing, with great prostration, with great diarrhea. Like in anthracinum, we have carbuncles, carbuncles leading to such condition, such bad condition. Like in anthracinum, Tarantula can also be proved to be useful if the symptom similarity is there. If the totality of the case is there, one can think of Tarantula. If the totality is forming and indicating towards the Tarantula rather than anthracinum. So yes, you can think of carbuncle, intermittent fever. Again, evening or night aggravation may be there. Next slide, please. When you talk about Tarantula cubensis and Tarantula hispanica, so we have one quoted case of Tarantula cubensis again, that the case of chorea was there in a girl. She was a girl of 12 years, wherein she was relieved with Tarantula cubensis 6. This is again from Clark Materia Medica, wherein it's being given that the movements were confined to left side. That was a left-sided chorea and usually aggravated at night. Tarantula cubensis was prescribed and the patient was relieved. The girl was cured of the case. Next slide, please. When you compare these both remedies, Tarantula cubensis and Tarantula hispanica, one thing we have already differentiated by Dr. Herring, that they have more hairs. That Tarantula cubensis is covered with more hairs. That is a more hairy spider. And when you talk about pyogenic nature, so the Tarantula cubensis is more towards the septic conditions you can think of. Plus, where you can notice that Tarantula hispanica is more towards hysteria, more towards overactivity, more towards industriousness, more towards workaholic nature. They have overstimulation of their nerves, excitability of nerves compared to cubensis. When you talk about cubensis, so it proves to be useful in such pains which are pains of death, to soothe the patient in the last moment. So just note when you're prescribing hispanica, when to prescribe cubensis. One must differentiate between both of them before prescription. And usually the septic nature and the skin, the Tarantula cubensis is prone towards the skin complaints. So yes, one can easily judge that which remedy to be indicated in such cases. So yes. This you must remember. Plus, the thing which should be remembered, Tarantula hispanica is more indicated when the patient is dancing up and down. At one moment, changeable moods are there, impulsive. They are impulsive. They are nervous. And when you talk about cubensis, that anxiety is while walking, which makes them to walk about. Like we have seen, they'll have so much pain, they'll have so much atrocious pain at night that they'll get up out of their bed and then they'll go and walk about to just to make themselves relief. Next slide. Now we'll discuss a case. This is I've a short. I've just put the gist of the case, which was being which came to me around 8 months back. So yes, this was a case of of a male child of 9 years. He reported to me with his father. The father complained that usually his son has recurrent episode of symptoms such as nervous coughing. He complains of cough, recurrent headache, pain here and there since past 6 months, which is sometimes often often leads whenever we are paying whenever we give him medicines or whatever we do for him, the nothing relieves. And this coughing, this headache, this pain usually leads to irritability. He's very much restless, he moves here and there uh, during when he's having cough, and during cough also we ask him to rest, but then he is extremely restless at that moment. He also at once gasped for breath, as if there is like he's having breathlessness, shortness of breath. So I just inquired more into the case, and it was noted that this episode. Ma'am, previous slide, please. Previous slide. Previous slide. Previous, yes, ma'am. Thank you. More after inquiring more, so the episode, it was noted that the episode used to occur once in a week, mostly in evening and night. The patient used to become irritable at once whenever the father used to touch him or the mother used to console him, and then suddenly after a moment, it's like he sometimes laugh and then sometimes he cries off, and it's like we are unable to understand. Neither the doctor has able to understand what is happening to him. They took allopathic treatment, but then they had no relief. The parents reported that usually the child used to exaggerate his pain, used to tell that he used to explain that he has more cough, he has more pain, and he is not even able to breathe. But then whenever and the medicine is also not relieving, whichever medicine we gives. But then at the same moment, whenever we are not around him, he's perfectly fine. Like if we go for 2 days or one day outside and he's with the maid or somebody else and he's not being paid much attention, then he's perfectly fine. Whenever we come back, whenever he's being surrounded by more people, he's like he usually have this episode recurrently. So yes, whenever also used to shout during the episode. So this features were being noted. Plus they also said that usually he used to desire for food during that time whenever he has episode, and he used to eat the food so much hurriedly, so much in so much speed that uh, he doesn't he's not able, he would we think that he's not able to digest at that moment. The keynote symptom which was being noticed in the case was at once in a while when the parents were there at home or somewhere, so there was people around, and he complained of such an attack, he complained of such an hysteria. So the parents, there was songs being played, and at that moment we were having some get together with three four family people, so relatives were at home. So what happened was hysteria was there. He was complaining that he has coughing, he is gasping for breath. At once there was just a coincidence. They reported that one of our family members only played some music, soft music, and as soon as the music started, the child just forgot the pain. He was not gasping for breath, and he became calm listening to the music. after listening to the music. So at once he became better, and he just forgot that he had some attack or something. That time he relieved, no medication was given. The other day, the other week, when when the attack again happened, the parents, just for the sake of satisfaction or some coincidence, they again played that music, just to test that if it was just a coincidence, or seriously the child got relieved with music, by music. So yes, the patient the again they noticed that the child became better when the music was being played. So on such totality, plus there was a history that he was recently around 6 7 months 8 months back, he was being scolded by his teacher without any of his mistake, because of some other guy in the school. So he was very much disturbed, and because of that incident. But then after 2 3 months only this happened, not at that moment, but this history was being detected during case checking. The prescription was made as Tarantula hispanica 200 single dose, and I prescribed them SL for 2 weeks, so that the child is being left on to just to know how the patient, how many episodes occur now. So when I was searching for this remedy, previous slide please ma'am, previous slide. Yeah, when I was searching why did I choose Tarantula, but the remedy was pointing towards many of the remedies. This is being taken from Comparative Materia Medica by Dr. Farrington. This picture is being taken from that. Dr. Farrington has written that you must relate in such cases of hysteria, you must relate Tarantula with Ignatia, Moschus, Tremonium, Platina, Belladonna, Nux moscata, Nux vomica, lachesis, Phosphorus, Zincum, Oregano. So these are the main remedies which can be related, which are comparative in cases of hysteria, which are pointing towards Tarantula. So I differentiated with Ignatia. So the patient was completely not like Ignatia. The restlessness was marked, but the changeability was there. But then that coughing, nervous coughing, and such behavior was not being present in differentiate easily. I could differentiate between Ignatia and Tarantula. The more similar remedies which I found was phosphorus, which was related to Tarantula. So I was confused between phosphorus and Tarantula, but then that sort of magnetism, that sort of desire for attention and everything was not much present. Boastful nature and many of things of the phosphorus, oversensitiveness and burning, and many of the features of phosphorus was not being noticed. So I differentiated between phosphorus and finally came to the prescription of Tarantula. And after 2 weeks, what I noted was there was only one episode in 2 weeks, which was happening one episode in 1 week, that decreased, and there was only one episode that was noticed in 2 weeks. He was prescribed again placebo for a week. After 1 week, there was no such episode. I just went on and prescribed nothing. I just told them to continue the medicine for the coming 2 weeks. Previous slide, please, ma'am. Tarantula was again prescribed because the patient called in between just after 9 days, like after 3 weeks, you can say after 3 weeks, 4 weeks around, the patient again had an episode. So that was an extreme episode, and the child was paining so much, and he had extreme hysteria. The doctor as reported by the parents. So I just asked them to prescribe to give him Tarantula 200 one dose again, and since then there is no episode of hysteria or such complaints or any pain or any nervous coughing since past 3 months, as is being noted, and the patient is still on SL till date. So there is no episode. And this was a case which was wonderfully being resolved by Tarantula. which I wanted to share with you all. So that comes to the end of the session of today. Thank you so much for listening, being a patient audience, and I would request ma'am to please put on the queries. Let's have a query section.
That was beautiful, Dr. Yashika. I know we have over 1 hour, but it was really wonderful. And Professor Regina and Dr. Sweta, please, would you like to have the chat questions?
Yes, please. May I go ahead? What are the immediate effects of taking tarantula medications? Dr. Yashika, please.
What are the
Immediate effects? Yes.
What are the immediate effects, ma'am? What I've seen in the whenever I prescribe, usually what homeopathic aggravation I've seen is such features like they are mostly very much reactive. They become reactive. They become irritable. The hurriedness is being seen. That violence is being seen. Plus, they may become excitement. There may be excitement. These features are being seen wherever tarantula is being prescribed. The patient may be compelled to move about constantly, or there may be hysteria, which we already discussed, that he or she may fake off things that they have this problem, they have this problem. They become energetic, actually, extremely energetic whenever what I have seen, that such patients, that after prescribing tarantula.
Namaskar, thank you very much.
And someone's
Thank you,
dog
ma'am.
is barking. Whose dog is barking? We can hear the dog also. Can they mute themselves? And Dr. Nikhil and Sweta, please.
Hi, Shika, you in all remedies, tarantula. It's really a splendid presentation by you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Can you differentiate the lasciviousness of hyoscyamus and tarantula?
Yeah. When we talk about lasciviousness, ma'am, the major remedies for lasciviousness, again, we talk about is hyoscyamus, veratrum, and belladonna. Such remedies are being considered as main. Plus, tarantula is also being considered, but that extreme lasciveness, which is being seen, obscenity is in hyoscyamus, that you can say they are so much prone towards that seeing obscene things, and prone towards the obscenity, that bad behavior, I would say that vulgarness is there, lasciviousness is extreme, 3+ in hyoscyamus. But when you compare to tarantula, that lasciviousness is not much marked, like as it is seen in the sensitive, as it is seen in hyoscyamus. So tarantula lasciviousness is not as much marked. That is why I didn't discuss, because they are more towards excitable nature. They are more towards they have sexual excitement. They are I also discussed that the lady would hug the male, and even if she's being rejected, she'll go towards the male, just for the sake of satisfaction. That excitement is so excitable, but then they are not towards the obscenity, as in the case of hyoscyamus.
Okay, thank you. And a very wonderful presentation, Yashika.
Thank you, ma'am.
There's a question by Dr. Muskan. Why tarantula is better by music?
Tarantula is better by music. Again, this is related to the doctrine of signature. You may have seen spiders, and whenever not related to doctrine of signature, I am sorry, that is being related to Apis, if we talk about. But then when because of their because of this symptom is being seen while the proving was being done of tarantula. The symptom was being seen that tarantula patient becomes better by music, and the whenever tarantula spider bites the patient, so it is being noticed that if the music is being played, or the patient who is being bitten by spider, so by tarantula spider, so that patient would become better if the music is played around. So this symptom is being seen in normal bite of tarantula spider, which when potentized into our remedies, which is being when we prescribe it as a remedy, when we make it as a remedy, so this symptom also comes in the potentized remedy which we prescribe. So yes, you can relate that. Similarly, when the when that bite occurs and the patient is relieved by music, tarantula bitten patient, similarly this remedy when given to the patients is better beneficial in such patients whose complaints become better by music.
Thank you, Dr. Yashika.
You have presented very well, Yashika, all the details. It is really refreshing to mind, because every time we read from different books and hearing, it is very nice, very well presented, and with all the pictures and the case analysis. So,
Thank you so much, ma'am.
and anyone wants to have any questions, we can take couple more questions, but all that anytime you can reach us through email for more questions. Please go ahead, unmute yourself and
Thank you so much, ma'am, for this wonderful opportunity. Thank you, the whole CAR study group, for being so generous and being so humble to give me the opportunity to present myself. I am so much overwhelmed after today's session, and I am really sorry for the inconvenience. I don't know how it happened in between that we had some technical issue, but then it was very, I'm very happy to be with CAR study group and Kavita Holistic Approach, and knowing you all. So I'm very thankful to all of you. Shweta ma'am, though I already know, Deepak sir I already know, and I am always thankful to both of them. They are so sweet people, and they have always supported me like great, like so good seniors. So I would say I especially want to thank both of them. Akshita ma'am also is there. They have been wonderful seniors, I would say. Being at such a young age, everyone is so supportive for me always. Thank you so much.
And you're so sweet, Yashika. We all enjoyed your session. It was really wonderful. And we encourage all the, along with the world renowned homeopaths, we encourage all the young, dynamic, enthusiastic like you, many more people to our webinars. And please fill the dot form which is in the chat to get the certificate for the continuing education and also the CHC survey analysis. And let me announce the upcoming events. There is big joint American Homeopathic Conference. It is a global virtual summit on pandemics and pain. The conference is in June 12th to 14th, and there are several promo videos which we are promoting for the conference. And you can check it on our website, and you can visit jack2020.org for more details about the registration and about the conference. And I will be speaking at the JACC conference about the effective pain management in ENT disease. So I will see you there. And we have on June 6th with Dr. Adil Chintanawala. He speaks about homeopathy and cardiology. So we will see you all soon again. And we are also there on LinkedIn and Instagram, Kavita Holistic Approach and CAR Study Group. So you can reach us there. And I really thank my team for their wonderful support. And today for the webinar, for moderating Dr. Sweta, Professor Regina, Nikhil family. And so visit us at kavitakehomeo.com and email us for more questions, carstudygroup@gmail.com. And anyone wants to speak, the last few words. Okay. And thank you so much, Dr. Yashika. Keep continuing doing all this. And you're very inspiring to all the homeopaths. And we will have you again. Thank you all for attending the session. And until then, stay healthy and happy.
Thank you so much, ma'am.